So here's the Stellar Drive SD-03 Pro dual channel dashcam, which shoots a 4K resolution from the front camera and a 2.5K resolution from the rear camera. But the highlighting feature of this camera is that this gets ADAS, that's Advanced Driver Assistance System, and a BSD, that is Blind Spot Detection features built in inside. Now there are quite a few cameras within this price range which offer these two features, and the Stellar Drive really does stand out in those parts. This also gets a Wi-Fi mobile app, that's the Stellar Vision app, which is basically a made in India app, which is super nice to use. This also gets a G sensor, a 3-inch smart screen, gets dual cameras, gets 140-degree field of view, and also supports loop recording. So let's quickly open up the box and show you the contents inside. So first up in the box, you do get a user manual wherein you get a product overview, the performance parameters, the functional description, the main interface, system settings, and all the details of this camera. So I would definitely recommend that you go through this user manual before you actually start using the dashcam. So here's the main front camera, that's the SD-03 Pro dual channel dashcam. It gets the Stellar Drive branding right at front, also gets this 4K resolution logo and a dual lens logo. At the top you get this windshield mount, which is again detachable, so you can easily remove the camera from the windshield whenever you want and just slide it back into place. This is the main front module along with a Wi-Fi logo. At the bottom here you do get some ventilation holes. The control buttons are placed at the bottom. You have this power button, left and right button, menu button. You have this reset slot right here and a speaker too. At the back you do get a 3-inch display along with the LED indicator on the left top corner. You also get a Type-C port for power and a aux port for the rear camera connection. So the dash cam itself is tiltable, so as you can see the mount is movable, so you can easily adapt the camera to your particular windshield. You also get this memory card slot right here, so do note that this camera supports memory cards up to 256 GB. Nothing else on the side, but it does have this nice grayish finish at one corner, giving it kind of a premium feel, and the plastic quality also which has been used is quite nice. Following that, here is the rear camera which shoots a 2.5K quad HD resolution, and this gets this windshield mount along with the pre-attached sticker. The rear camera is 360-degree rotatable and also gets a LED indicator on one side. The other end of the camera gets this 3.5mm connector which plugs in into the main front camera. You also get two additional stickers. Lastly, in the box you get a main power cable which is basically a hardwired cable. So as you can see here, you have the ACC, VCC and the grounding wire which you need to connect to the fuse box of your car. You have this control unit, and at the other end you get a straight Type-C connector which plugs in into the main front camera. So this camera basically gets a direct hardwire connection to your car, no 12-volt socket connection. So this means you can get parking monitoring straight out of the box. So now let's move on and take a further look into all the details of this camera, including its video quality and the Stellar Vision app and the on-screen and the app settings. Let's take a look. So here's the dash camera currently mounted on my windshield, and straight up as you can see you get both camera views. This is the front camera view and the rear camera view. You can easily switch between the views as well. So this is the front, this is the rear, and a split screen view. You can basically do that easily using the buttons given down below. So heading into the settings of the camera, first up you have the main dash cam button. If you do click on it, you head back to the main dash camera view. Following that you have a smart driving option, then you have the file explorer and the system settings. So first let's head into the system settings, within which you got the video resolution option, and if we do select that, you get a 4K plus 2.5K, you get a 1080 1080 and a 2.5K plus 1080p option. Then you have the loop recording option with a minimum of 1 minute, 3 minutes and a maximum of 5 minutes. Then you have the frequency option, within which you have option of 50 Hz and 60 Hz. Then you have the collision detection sensitivity. You can set the sensitivity of the G sensor to low, medium, high, or you can completely turn it off. Then you have the parking monitoring sensitivity, within which you can set the sensitivity to low, medium or high, or you can completely turn it off. Then you have the time-lapse recording option, within which you have the option of turning it off, or you can set it at 1 FPS, 2 FPS and even 5 FPS as well. Then you have the time-lapse recording duration. You can set the duration to 12, 24 or 48 hours or even up to 72 hours. Then you have the sound recording, basically the mic option, you can enable or disable that. Then you have the timestamp option to enable or disable. Then you have WDR, that's the wide dynamic range, you can enable or disable that. Then you have the rear camera preview, you can set it to no change, preview mirror or record image or even video mirror, upside down, and video mirror. Basically all the options are integrated within this. Then you have the volume setting, using which you can reduce or increase the speaker volume. Let's just set it at high. Then you have the pressing sound, that's the beep tone, you can enable or disable it. Then you have the screensaver option, within which you can set the screensaver to turn on after 1 minute, 3 minutes, or you can completely turn it off. Then you have the language option, currently selected as English. Then you have the show date and time, so you can enable the visibility of the date and time on the video. Then you have the Wi-Fi frequency hertz, 2.4 gigahertz and 5.8 gigahertz as well. Both bands are supported. Then you have the Wi-Fi information. You have the SSID, basically to log in into the Wi-Fi network of the dash camera. Then you have the date and time setting. You can select the date and time based on your requirement. Following that, you have the format memory card option. So you can select the format memory card if you want to clear off all the data. Then you have the version information, within which it will provide you the current version of the dash camera. Then lastly, I think you have the factory reset option, which will completely bring the dash camera to its original factory settings. So these were the system settings for the Stellar Drive Dashcam. Heading into the file explorer, you have all the videos arranged in folder wise. You have the front video, front emergency video, front images. Similarly, the rear video, rear emergency video, and rear images all have been arranged in a proper folder wise. And if you do click on any one particular video, you can basically access that particular recording straight away on the dash camera screen. So that's a great thing, because you can easily access any video at any point of time. Now heading into one of the most useful aspects of this camera, that's the smart driving features, which includes ADAS and blind spot detection. So you have an auto calibration option here, which I would recommend that you enable, because you don't have to like calibrate it manually, but you can of course manually calibrate it as well. Heading into the settings, you have ADAS and blind spot, which you can enable or disable individually. And if I do enable the ADAS setting, do note that the 4K resolution will drop down to 2.5K resolution. That being said, you can head into the settings of the ADAS. You have the forward collision warning, then you have the lane changing alarm, pedestrian collision alarm, and 2 close distance warning, along with an alarm tone and a display alarm area and color frame. You also have the GPS speed simulation, within which you can alter the settings. So forward collision warning, you can set it at high, medium or low, or you can completely turn it off. Then you have the lane change alarm, you can set it to medium or high. Then you have the pedestrian collision alarm, which also does the same thing. So basically 4 different ADAS features, within which you can set the sensitivity of each of these features. So that's a great thing. Similar way, you have the blind spot detection, and if I do enable that, this will disable the front camera's ADAS. So basically you can use either ADAS or blind spot detection. You cannot use both of them simultaneously. Additionally, the resolution of the video recorded will also drop down irrespective of which one of these two features is enabled. So if you want to have the highest possible resolution, ADAS and blind spot detection must be turned off. But if you want to use, you have to use either the ADAS or the blind spot detection, but not simultaneously. Going into the settings, you have the same kind of options such as alarm sensitivity, speed threshold, then you have the alarm tone, display alarm area, and color frame. So you can set each of these parameters based on your own requirement, and you can start using the features of blind spot detection and ADAS features. Following that, you have the dash camera option, and if you do click on that, the camera returns back to the dash cam setting, that is a video streaming setting on the main screen. So this was the on-screen settings for the Stellar Drive SD-03 dash camera. So moving on to the app connectivity for the dashcam, this is an exclusively made in India app called as the Stellar Vision. So this is useful for all the Stellar Drive dash cameras to be used to connect with all the Stellar Drive cameras. So let's go ahead and install this app on my smartphone. So the app is now currently installed. Let's open it up. So first up, when you start the app, you have this information regarding how you can install the wiring and power the camera, and of course you also have the Wi-Fi option. So let's just connect Wi-Fi. But before that, we have to probably head into the settings of the camera and then turn on the Wi-Fi within the settings. So let's head into the Wi-Fi settings. So this is the Wi-Fi frequency band. Let's currently select it at 5.8 GHz network. Then the Wi-Fi information, we'll have to turn the Wi-Fi on. So as you can see here, Wi-Fi is turned on. So this is the Wi-Fi SSID name and the password. So once you open up the device selection page in the app, you automatically get a list of the Stellar Drive cameras, and you can basically select the camera which is your particular camera, and you can click on connect and activate. So it needs to enable the location. So let's just enable the location. Let's click on connect and activate. So now we have to open up our Wi-Fi network and connect to the Wi-Fi network, the SSID which has been given on the dash camera. So here it is, Stellar Drive. The password is basically the numerical digits 1 to 8. Let's click on the connect button. That's it, basically it's connected. So now it is checking for the connected device. I really must say the app interface and user interface is very refined, very neat, and looks kind of very professional. And that's a great thing, and that's something which will really work in the favor of this camera. So the app is now automatically checking for all the different status required to connect with the camera, and straight up, as you can see, very refined app, properly arranged icons, so easily understandable even for somebody who is using a camera for the first time. So straight up at the center of the screen right here, you have the main camera being streamed, the front camera being streamed. Below that, you have separate thumbnail options, within which you have the recording option, the voice option, the video quality, and the photo clip or snapshot option. Then you can easily switch between the camera using the buttons given down below. Usually this button will be very small in various different apps, and it will be like kind of difficult to find. But I think in this television app, they have done a great job at refining the user interface and making it like very easy to understand and easy to use. So let's head into the settings option or settings page of the Stellar Vision app. So before we actually take a look at the settings, I really must appreciate the Stellar Vision app layout and the app color theming, app arrangement, basically everything. It looks very refined, very professional, and very neatly designed. I mean, they have put some real good thought process in designing this app, and I really appreciate them for doing so. And this white and orange theme is really working in its favor. Starting off, you have the video option within which you can enable or disable the sound recording. You have the time watermark, then you have the WDR, then the speaker volume, same basically what we saw on the on-screen settings. Then you have the video resolution option, 4K, 2.5K, 2.5K, 1080p, basically the same options. Then you have the loop recording duration, you can select that. Then you have the light source frequency, then you have emergency recording sensitivity and video encoding format as well. Then you have a separate section for parking mode, within which you have the parking monitoring sensitivity. Then you have the time-lapse recording duration and frame rate of the time-lapse recording duration. Then you have the speed units, let's set it at kilometers per hour. Then you have the collision sensing, you can set it to low, middle, or high. Then you have the universal settings, within which you have the firmware version, the Wi-Fi SSID, the Wi-Fi password, format SD card, factory reset, and change the dash camera if you do want to change to an alternative Stellar Drive camera. Additionally, on top you also get an album section within which you can easily access. Basically, it has been arranged in 3 different tabs, that is the videos, photos, and events. So you can easily access according to your needs. And you also get a memory card status right here on top. Currently shows that 95.9 GB is free. So that's also a great thing because you can easily identify how much storage is left. And you also can select, or should I say filter by date, the particular videos shot, and you can easily switch between the dates and access any one of the videos. So that's also a great thing. I find this option in a very few cameras, I think. And if you do click on any one of the video will start playing on your smartphone, and you can easily access this. So that's a great thing, and I really love the kind of options that they have provided. Straight up thumbnail options right here. If I do click on the photo click snapshot option, a snapshot has been taken by the camera. You can easily enable or disable the voice recording straight from here. You can enable or disable the recording straight from the main home page. So overall, I think this is a very well designed, refined, a very professional looking and a neat looking app interface and app user interface. And I would definitely love to have this kind of a premium experience in my car when I buy a dash camera. And I think the Stellar Vision app does not disappoint in that particular aspect. Moving on to take a look at the video quality from the front camera. So this shoots a 3840 into 2160 4K resolution at 25 fps, has a bitrate of about 30,000 kbps and a file size of close to 217 MB per minute. The overall video quality in terms of brightness and saturation does look nice, has a softer tone to it, has a slightly cool tone to it, but overall it is doing a good job at capturing all the details which you might require from a dash cam, including the fact that I really like the field of view of this camera. It's pretty wide, 140 degree plus, so this should be good enough to capture all the events and all the activities happening in front of the car. The overall video quality is pretty decent, usable, and is characteristic of an entry-level dual channel 4K camera. Moving on to the nighttime video quality, so this too represents what best a budget 4K dual channel camera can do for you. So this too providing you excellent field of view, bright areas do look really bright and has a good visibility overall in terms of video recording, and even in terms of number plate readability, which we are going to talk about a bit later. This does seem to have a decent capturing capability of number plates. Moving on to the rear camera quality, so this shoots a Quad HD 1440p resolution at a similar 25 fps, has a bitrate of about 13,000 kbps and a file size of 94 MB per minute. And I can see that under close range, even the number plate readability is quite good. You're able to read each and every letter within this plate. Overall, I think in terms of saturation, it's a bit toned down. In terms of brightness too, it is a bit toned down, but that is quite understandable for an entry-level 4K camera. This is exactly doing what it's supposed to do, and you're able to capture all the vehicular movement and activities behind the car. Moving on to the nighttime video quality, this tends to capture some glare from the oncoming headlights, from the rear and from the street lights, but it will be able to capture vehicular movements at a very close range during nighttime. So this is characteristic of an entry-level dual channel rear camera, and you're getting basically what you're paying for. The field of view, the rear camera quality is almost as good as the front camera, but in terms of the video quality, I think the front camera has a slightly better advantage over the rear camera. Taking a look at the number plate read, quite good. Because this is a 4K camera, you will be able to capture good number plates even at distance of 10 to 15 feet, and even during night time. As you can see, when the number plates are not under the glare of headlights, each letter and number will be clearly visible even up to 20 feet. In terms of the rear camera, during daytime, number plate readability will be pretty good under close range, maybe 10 to 15 feet, and you will be getting a decent number plate read even from the rear camera. So all in all, I think the Stellar Drive SD-03 Pro Smart Sense dash camera makes a lot of sense, because it gives you those very crucial and very important ADAS and blind spot detection features, along with providing you a smart display, along with providing you a 256 GB SD card support, and additionally giving you India's best, or should I say probably the world's best app experience in the name of the Stellar Vision app, about which I've spoken a lot already. So if you're someone who is specifically looking for the best app experience, if you're someone who is specifically looking for a 4K front and a 2.5K resolution at the rear, and you also want to have ADAS and blind spot detection features to assist you in your driving, in your everyday drives, and additionally you want the brand backing and the reliability that Stellar Drive brings to the table, you should definitely consider this dash camera. And just in case if you're interested in purchasing it, go ahead and visit your nearest car accessory shop and ask for Stellar Drive products, or you can also find the purchase link, the online purchase link, given right down below in the description of this video. Go ahead and buy it before somebody else does. And if you do have any doubts or any queries regarding this particular camera, just write that down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And if this video has helped you out in one way or the other, go ahead, hit that subscribe button of Gizmobeep right now, smash that like button, and share this video with all your friends who definitely deserve to have one of the best app experiences for their dash cameras. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.